I am extremely excited today to welcome with us Shmuel Ashkenazi, who is a wise elder of Kabbalah wisdom. He's got a lot of experience with Ashlag writings and also a lot of experience with psychological coaching or therapy and has brought these two worlds together in a very interesting way that I hope we can explore today. So welcome, Shmuel. It's a pleasure to have you. Toda rabba for joining us. We start the conversation, and I want to ask you directly, what matters most to you?
Okay. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this meeting. It's a big pleasure for me, and also very excited to speak with someone which is searching and researching about his life. I want to make the most of his life. It's very excited and pleasure for me because this is all my life was my position also. And especially when I meet someone which is fresh with his search and research, because my search and research of life is very old. Okay, when I meet someone fresh, I can learn from him something new that I don't have and don't know. I have some knowledge, I have some experience, but I will never have the ability to have the unique search and research that you have. So meeting is very pleasure for me and very exciting to see what will be the combination of my knowledge and my experience with your fresh search, and I'm sure that I can have a lot of benefit of it. Seeing your attitudes to the search and research.
Yes, definitely. I appreciate a lot that perspective. We can maybe start by asking you briefly, like what was in a summary that search and research that you went through. How did you come to bring these aspect of experiential spiritualism, right, or ruchaniut, as we say in Hebrew?
Okay, I will answer your premier question.
The first question.
Yes. You asked me what is matter for me the most. Again, the language is all it's a lot of time. It's words have some meaning, and to have conversation, we need to have the same understanding of the definition of the words that we are asking. Because when saying the most and the importance, and of course in Hebrew, it's the meaning can be changed. But I will try to manage the barrier of language that I have and to express my understanding for benefits. If I will answer these questions very authentic experience, by my authentic experience, without investigation or searching or making any research, I will tell you that what important for me most is to have as much as I can pleasure and as less as I can suffering. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This will be my authentic answer for your questions. And I think it's a very simple answer that everyone, even children, can understand. And this answer. And of course, from my side, this answer opens a box with an endless knowledge of search and research, and something that will be also very practical, because this answer only touch the edge of the subject.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of levels and understanding that's surrounding this basic understanding. But this is, if I again answer you authentically by experience, This is what important to me. And when I'm saying something, it's very. I will glad that you will say what you think about the answer. And now you are. What is your approach for what I'm saying? In this way, we can maybe give benefits one each other.
Of course. No, I would love to answer that. Actually, I think for me today, what I would say, as again, as you said, like authentically in some sense, without trying to write too much about it or think too much about it, it's to live my life as aligned as possible with my purpose. Because as you say, like for me, this search and research of my life and my way of understanding my sort of connection to my soul and the presence of Hashem and so on, has led me first and foremost to get a feeling for what is my role in this world. And it is connected to connecting to God, bringing awareness of God and the love of God to the world at large. And it feels very exciting and it feels very ambitious. And in a way, it feels very aligned as well with Hashem's Ratzon, I hope,
Okay, great. I see your opinion, but what I meant is that when I'm expressing something like answering your question,
yeah,
I want to hear from you what is your opinion of what I said
sure.
as how do you understand what I'm saying and how do you connect to the things I want to express or
Yeah.
definition.
Well, today I can definitely understand better the idea of a sevel and ta'anug, right? Of pleasure and suffering, from a more holistic perspective, right? Because I've done some studying in the field of Kabbalah and Hasidut, and it is interesting to me that, in fact, that is what's most important to you, right? Because there is something very simple in some sense about living a life full of joy and tanugim and pleasure, right? It is a very authentic way of connecting to God. I think to me, I feel a little bit triggered from that, even just from the idea of like, how can I live a pure life of pleasure? Like I feel like I'm still in a place of sometimes there's suffering and I need to learn how to deal with that suffering. And I can see how I can many times transform the suffering into a ta'anug by a sort of invoking God's presence into that place, right? And giving it that higher reason, that batel yonah in some sense. But I still think that for me, I'm not there, right? Like for me, there's still more complicated things before that in some sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay. Why did I make this definition for the importance? Because I use it as the beginning of the research of the search. Because why? Because it's authentic.
Yeah.
Because it's authentic, I can see exactly what is my point. I can see very easily if I'm suffering or having pleasure. It's something even physical. You can measure it. Okay, but when I start with this practical, authentic experience, I can take all kind of knowledges that there is in the world and make combination or analyze the knowledge that there is in this world and combine it with my experience to see as my experience can have another names or another understanding of how to use these two perception of life and use them in a better way or to understand them better to use this basic understanding of life to an higher level of pleasure and suffer, or to use them for another direction to achieve something that are not connected to the pleasure and suffer at all. That's why I told you it's only the edge of the search or the research. So after I understand from a very, very young age that that's what really interests me, I started to start to investigate with myself from a very, very young age. What is giving me pleasure and what is giving me suffer? And how can I have more pleasure and less suffer? Okay. This led me to seek for knowledges that there is in this world that can help me understand my life better and to help me to make my research and how to make this experience developed.
So do you mean to say that by thinking of pleasure and suffering sort of as the first step in the search, then this leads you to try to understand the why behind it and the reasoning for it, or the for what, right? Lama or lema. Is that sort of the concrete
It's a good
curiosity?
it's a good question, very good question, very interesting. But you are talking about very, very high level that I'm talking about now. It's very progress understanding. There is a lot of level before you get to this place. First of
Okay.
all, you want to accomplish the pleasure as much as you can. You're not looking for
Mm.
the why. I
Like
always
to
say,
experience it.
yes, I always say, to find the ways to experience it better. I always said that a person that he has a lot of pleasure in his life doesn't seek for meaning. The meaning is the pleasure. It doesn't need to seek
Mm.
answers. Why do I live? The pleasure is the living. It doesn't have any questions. If you start to ask questions, it's because you're not satisfied of your pleasure or for your suffer. Then you start to seek for answers for it. So I'm talking about a stage, as I told you, as a child, that you try to use what the world uh, give you to 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 improve your these things. Okay, the world gives you all kind of suggestions what to do. Your education, your surrounding, the place you grew up, your teachers. Then you see there is all kind of ways of having pleasure in life. Okay, you can use it by music, by sport, by learning, by achieving possession. There's all kind of things that give you the ability to make your research. You don't need the basic is inside you. And what is very important that I want to say that you should use this authentic experience, never mind what knowledge you use. You should never learn some kind of knowledge and said, I am in this level that the knowledge is telling me. No, I should check if my experience is authentic and if I'm really connecting to the knowledge that I'm reading about or understand. So this is the search, and the research should be always connected to the experience, the authentic experience. Even if I give it all kind of structures or definitions, I should always see if my experience is combined with the structure that I'm learning. And this can be achieved only if you see that the knowledge that you are trying to combine with your experience is practical. So
Can we have an example just to make sure we unpack this idea of connecting an experience with knowledge? Like how do, like, I understand to some level that like the experience and the interpretation of your experience is going to be impacted or affected by the conditioning of your context, your learning, your education, your parents, your family, your friends, etc. Do you have an example in mind that we can like quickly
yes,
analyze on
yes,
that?
yes. But I want to say it first. You always
Yeah.
should check, and the check comes by seeing that the knowledge that you're having is practical.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is the measure if I'm using some knowledge, and the knowledge should suggest me practical ways to achieve this knowledge or to experience this. I think all the time knowledge should express some kind of experience.
Yeah.
We don't like to talk about philosophic knowledge unless the knowledge suggests you a practical way to achieve and to experience what the knowledge suggests you. I can give you. Maybe you give me an example that you have some difficulty that you are meeting with your life, and I can show you how knowledge is helping in a practical way for the experience.
Sure.
I can give you very simple. Before I give you a very simple answer, we use a lot of method in my therapy method, and very simple. For example, if someone is afraid to go to elevator, okay, to go to, I will not tell you now the whole theory of it, but if you tell this person that in your command you should go to the elevator without your understanding, okay, and just do it, and he count on you, he believe in you, and you will do it, the fear of the elevator will vanish. Okay, so it's an idea that you can check immediately. For example, if you learn that your soul is immortal, okay,
He's eternal, immortal. Yeah.
eternal, yes, and it never ends, and this is part of the knowledge that we use as a practical way. And someone have anxieties of his health. He think he's going to be sick, and
Yeah.
I'm going to die, going to have an heart attack, okay? And he doesn't have anything yet, okay? I'm not talking, even if there is something reasonable there is something in his in exams that shows that there's something wrong, but he is already seen himself having a heart attack, okay? And because of that, his anxiety caused him not to have the ability to function in life, okay? So I tell him, don't worry. You can never mind what happened. You should only think that you are immortal. Okay? What is finished is your body. It's not your soul is going to continue forever. He said, but what are you talking about? I don't believe in it. You're talking nonsense. You're crazy. I tell him, you don't have to believe in it. Only think, only talk about it and think about it. And immediately when he does it, his anxiety is going down. Okay? So we see knowledge, which is just give some suggesting to do, and you see immediately if it works or not.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an example. You
Yeah.
can give me any things that you have difficulty in life, and I can show you in a very practical way how to solve the problem. Okay? You should do what I suggest you to do, and should practice it. But in a very easy way, you can see if it works or not. That's what I mean.
I
Now,
can give you an example. I can give you an example. Like I have currently some challenges with the relationship with my son. He's 7 years old. He loves to push the boundaries. He loves to, call attention in more aggressive ways. And to me, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I feel triggered, and it's taken me quite a lot of effort to not also be reactive, right?
okay, so to answer in this question, it should be in another session, a private session, because there is a lot of things in the knowledge that surround it. It cannot. I can only say to you this thing, that if we sit in this problem, and I will show you how to solve them, you can check my theory if it's solved or not.
Mm.
Okay. When I was younger and I was looking for all kind of new age spiritual experiences, so I looked for all kind of knowledge that can give me these experiences, and I but immediately I tried their suggestions and to see if it gives me what I want or not. Okay. So if we go back to the process, my process was to start to make myself in a place that have more pleasure. I tried everything that surrounds me to check it. And after some times, I realized something very important, that pleasure or suffer are not the main thing. I can achieve pleasure, which pleasure makes happiness. I can achieve all kind of achievement that cause me joy. But when I achieve it, I'm not satisfied. I'm going, I can have all kind of achievement, and I had all kind of things that I did as a very young person.
Mhm.
But I was not satisfied. I wanted to go on and on and on. And then I realized that what's important me even the most is the meaning of what I'm doing. So there is pleasure or suffer that comes from things that make me pleasure. There is pleasure or suffer from things that I want to achieve. If I
Mhm.
achieve them, I have pleasure. If I don't achieve them, I'm suffering. If I want some pleasure and I use it correctly, I have pleasure. But if I become addict to the pleasure, I can have suffer. And the meaning also, if I can have meaning, I have pleasure. Without meaning, I'm suffering. If I'm
Mhm.
doing
Mhm.
something meaningful, it suffers. So we are now putting in the bag another things. Okay, so there is three
Yeah.
direction that directs me. After trying to achieve my pleasure or my joy from things that gives pleasure or things that give
Suffering.
suffering, or by achievement or by things that give pleasure, which are two different directions. Okay, there is joy from achieving possession and all things, and there is pleasure from things that pleasures me. Maybe I'll explain it later, but it's two different directions. But now, in some point, I find out that 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 the main thing that important me is to have meaning of what I'm doing,
Mhm.
and that's changed the course of the search. Okay, the the course of the search now changed. I'm not looking for pleasure from this side or from this side. I'm looking for pleasure for meaning. So the knowledge that directs me now is not how to improve my
Mhm.
pleasure and less suffering, because my pleasure and suffering are now concentrating the meaning. I'm seeking for knowledge that gives me meaning.
And how would you suggest, or how has your search for meaning in those experiences looked like? Like how do you search for this meaning? How do you find the meaning in these experiences? What does it mean to have an authentic experience with meaning? Like,
Meaning, you're seeking for knowledge. When I start to seek for knowledge, first I was seeking for knowledge, spiritual knowledge, okay, which in the end was ended in having more pleasure. I was not satisfied. I didn't know why. I was not satisfied in the pleasure that the world suggests me. In all kind of, I tried everything, okay, and I also have success. I didn't have problem, but the meaning issue, I was not. It was not definite. Was not my
definite.
definition then, but when I took spiritual suggestion, it still didn't give me meaning. I met in very very young age transcendental meditation. I made yoga. I was a fan of Carlos Castaneda. I think it's an old-fashioned watch. I don't know if it exists today.
I have not heard or encountered his teachings. So
You didn't have Carlos Castaneda. You have a
no,
series of books that are a story of relationship of him with the shaman Indian,
interesting.
and everything I did, okay, conducting yoga and meditation, it's something that you experience and you see the influence immediately. And I had good influence, all kind of influence, but it didn't satisfy me again. And when I'm still seeking for, you should understand, I'm talking about um, 45 years ago. Okay, you have knowledge only from books and from people.
Yeah.
You don't have internet. You don't have any knowledge outside. It's not exist. Only from things you see in television or you read books. And television is very, very narrow knowledge that you get. So you must seek. You must seek people. You must find the people that can help you. And that's what I was doing. And it is extended my experiences of pleasure, which we can call spiritual experiences, which I know today that it's not the right definition. But then, with Hashem direction, I was finding the knowledge of the Torah, okay,
Torah.
the Torah, and what happened then, I see in what there should suggest meaning. So there is my experience. I don't know that I'm looking for meaning, but that's what was pushing me all the
Yeah.
time. And meaning means purpose. Okay? Means what is my mission? What should I do when I connect with the outside of the world? Pleasure, it's something I do with myself. I can learn knowledge. I can make sport. I can listen to music. I can have pleasure of my being healthy, take care of my health. This is all kind of pleasure that I have pleasure with myself. Okay, and there is the achievement side, all kind of possession, money, okay, all kind that also give you joy when you receive them.
Receive them.
And that's why the reason that you don't have if you don't have the pleasure, as I said, you are suffering from
suffer.
this issue exactly.
So this is sort of now you're categorizing these type of pleasures as like this idea of let's say selfish pleasures in some sense, and these are not satisfying you anymore in its fullness, right? Like you're not satisfied with these.
Yes, so even spiritual knowledge, newer spiritual knowledge, all kinds of them, meditation, yoga, all kinds of other spiritual knowledge are not satisfied me because it doesn't give me meaning. And you can make meditation have a very high experiences of conscience, or making yoga, you're controlling your body, you're functioning better, okay? You're reading all kind of spiritual experiences, and you can try them also. I try the suggestion and have some achievement in this also, something which is not common and not regular.
Sure.
But I see also that this spiritual suggestion that doesn't give me meaning. And when the first time I met the Torah suggestion, I understand immediately that this is what I'm looking for. Because they take my experience and explain the meaning of the experience.
How does it do it?
They give you a story that explain what are you doing here. They give you meaning, they give you mission. Okay, and then you understand very, very clearly, as much as you searching and researching that there is the highest point of meaning can come from some state of mind that you should be.
Mm.
Okay? And it should also come from a place which is the higher conscience that you have of being in freedom and the ability to choose. Actually, the real pleasure comes from being free, not a slave, and have the ability to choose. It's the place of independence. When you are
Independence.
in this place, you can achieve the meaning. Without that, you are closed in your jail of pleasure and suffering.
So
And
do
this,
you think that meaning comes after being free, or it comes before because it helps you be free?
okay, it's a very, very, very good question. And I can tell you something very interesting. That not only meaning should come before. Again, what I wanted to say that pleasure and achievement are things that you're using think of the world, but it's things that you are doing with yourself. You don't need anyone else to have this pleasure and joy. But meaning in the practical way means that you go outside and connect the world to influence the world. You are not there, you are a pipe, okay? You are using your pleasure and joy and your abilities to give it
Yes.
outside, to give the world the things that you achieve and to teach, to give the inspiration to others. So this is the meaning means you go out of yourself. This is the
Yeah.
main point of meaning. And the ability to do it, to go out, is when you are independent. If
Independent.
you are dependent, you are going to the pleasure from this side, or the joy from this side, or the suffer. You are locked in a jail. You cannot go out and give
Dependent on the pleasure.
what?
Dependent on what? On the pleasure?
I didn't hear you.
When you say to be independent or dependent, do you mean dependent on the pleasure or dependent on the experience giving you pleasure? Can you say exactly what are you becoming independent from?
Yes, I will explain. I will expand my explanation and
Great.
tell you that the real knowledge. In the end, I choose the knowledge of the Torah because I think it's and I abandoned other knowledges because I see it a very pure knowledge that is very practical and is combined with the experience very, very good.
Mhm.
And giving me ability to maximize my life to the place that I achieved the best of my life. Okay, the
Mhm.
knowledge that I get from them, which come from Kabbalah and Hasidut, and from the knowledge of the nefesh.
Mhm.
The how do you say nefesh? Life, vitality. I don't know. It's not like soul. Soul is something more spiritual.
Yeah.
Maybe I explain later.
More like the mental vitality, no? Like maybe that's why
Yes,
it's psychological usually, no? Nefesh is not.
actually, it's express this. The word nefesh express your will, your emotion, your mental, your
Mm.
conscience, your experience. It's a name that include all your experience that
Mm.
connected with the outside world.
Yeah.
Okay? The outside world give you experiences which have level. I will explain. First of all, we have experience, as I said, suffer, being relaxed, being pleasure, or maybe being stressed. So suffer and the pleasure, which expressed in being relaxed, being happy, it's the lowest level of conscience.
Mhm.
I am my experience. I am my pleasure or my suffer.
Yeah.
All the people define themselves by this.
I experience, and that's nefesh.
This is the nefesh of the nefesh.
This is the nefesh of the nefesh. Okay.
Yes. Now, people can define themselves, but what they doing. I'm what I'm doing. Okay, I can see my action. I see how I can function. They define themselves, but they function. They function. Okay, my function is good or bad. Okay, I have success. So who are you? You ask him, who are you? The lowest conscience, we said, I am my experience. Okay, if you ask a little child that I am my experience.
Sure.
If you got older, okay, until the age of 3, a child defines himself by his experience. Okay, it can continue for all your life, this conscience, but usually this is from the age of 3 until the age of 13. You define yourself by your function. Okay, this you define yourself because what the environment defines you. Usually, okay. Until the age of 3, there is no demands. Okay, you're okay. We love you. This is the perfect way. Sometimes it's gone wrong, but perfect is to have no demands from the children. And then from the age of 3 to the age of 13, you start to give him borders, to teach him borders,
Boundaries.
not to offend boundaries, not to offend others, and not to offend himself. Okay. Then the person is defined by this the function. Okay, I'm my function. People tell me that I'm functioning or not. What is my achievement in learning? Okay,
Supposed to do what?
yes. This will be the ruach of the nefesh. Okay.
Okay.
Now, and there is the okay. We don't go to name. It doesn't matter now. The much matter is the understanding, and then people start to develop conscious to emotion.
Hmm.
So they define themselves by their emotion. I am loving person. I have mercy. I have tendency to be angry. Okay, they define themselves by their emotion, and after they develop more, they start to define themselves by their mind. I don't know how can you translate sechel.
Sechel is intellect.
Intellect, okay? So they define themselves by their intellect.
And that's more or less at what age, would you say? Or is this not any more of a process of maturation?
No, it's process of age, of course. But I will not go to details, a lot of details,
Sure.
but in the age of 18, you should be ready to your mission. If your education was correct and you revealed all this level correctly, in the age of about 18, you are ready for the mission in the world.
In the world.
Okay? So let me ask you a question. Who you are? Are you your experience? Are you your function? Are you your emotion? Are you your intellect? Who are you?
None of them.
Why? Why not?
Because I am more than them.
Why not? Why not? By the way, this is we called the revealed conscience. It's conscience which revealed to us. We can see our function. We can realize what is our emotion, in what level of intellect we are. We can be conscious to these levels. We conscious to our experience. But why don't we define ourselves by these levels? Why not?
Because we are more than those levels and those
Who said that
experiences
you are
and those
more?
emotions.
Who said that you are more?
Well, logically, right?
Talking about experience. If you don't experience more than that,
Yeah,
how can you tell yourself a story that you are more than that?
it's a great question. Someone
I
told you.
question every knowledge that I reveal to. I question it. Who said that what you are saying is true? Doesn't matter. By the way, maybe you are right, but it's not proved to me.
Yeah.
You are my rabbi, I count on you, okay? You are Moses, okay? You are Hashem itself, okay? You are giving me Torah. But how I'm connected to this knowledge, how does it come practical to me? I can use very practical ways with my therapy or my coaching to improve the intellect, to improve the emotion, to improve the function, to improve the experience. And it's very easy to see it.
Yeah.
But the point is like that. I cannot define myself by this level because they are always changed. My experience changed, my emotion changed, my function is changed, my intellect is changed. You cannot say that 3 years old children have the same intellect as 20 years old. Okay, so this shows that it's not me.
Because you're assuming that who you are doesn't change,
Yes.
because that's your essence.
Now, this I get as a knowledge, as a story. The story of my essence, it's not something that I experience.
Yeah.
But if I know the knowledge of the essence, and I know what is the possibility of the essence to be revealed or to be conscious to,
Mm-hmm.
see by the results what is my conscience about my essence. It's an unrevealed conflict, but it
Consciousness.
exists.
Yeah.
It shows its results in all this level. And if I am connected to my essence in the correct way, it will be revealed in this level in a pleasurable way. Okay? And if
so
not,
so
it will
can
be
I
the suffer way.
do a small summary to make sure I understand? So
Okay.
we're talking that there is, right, sort of from the story you receive, from the knowledge you understand, that there is a hidden consciousness level that is associated with your essence that truly defines who you are. And this hidden consciousness projects itself into all other levels of nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, which are associated to experience, function, emotion, and intellect. And in some way, you're saying that when you are aligned with your essence, consciousness, you have the ability to bring pleasure in the projections of that consciousness into every other aspect of life.
Yes. Not only pleasure, also functioning gives you the ability to make your mission the best.
Meaningful pleasure.
Yes. Meaningful pleasure means I'm going out with my essence and how it's revealed, and I give impression to the world in all kind of ways, and making the world being improved also. I'm rising up. I can also be raised by others that have a unique
Yeah.
use of their essence, which is different with everyone is a unique. No one is better than other, but everyone is higher than other because he has the unique revealed of his essence with no other one have it. So we can learn from
Wow.
each other by the unique essence, and the world is missing when someone is not revealing. And everyone mission is to use his correct conscience and influence and make inspiration to the people he's connected to. As much as you can do it to more people, you're making more impression on the world, to
Yeah.
to have the ability to make their mission correctly, and of course I will have benefit of it. And in the end, the conscience is one. Okay,
Yeah.
it's one entity that function together, which this is the conscience of Kabbalah. Okay, the conscience of Kabbalah revealed the unified conscience. There is no relationship there. Okay, there is no some as an entity like called Hashem or something like that. There is no emotion there. There's no relation of emotion, love, and fear and mercy, because you are part of a united structure. Of course, Hashem create, but you are a very important part of this conscience, and the redemption will come when everyone will be in this conscience, which this is the Kabbalah. This is the story of Kabbalah. The story of Kabbalah is a story of mission, okay? And
Yeah.
the story of Hasidut, for example, there you are standing in front of some entity, okay? It's the story of relationship, of
Yeah.
emotions, okay? You have emotion, you have love, you should love him, okay? You should be fear of him. Okay, this is the conscience of the Hasidut, which is a very high conscience because you are connecting with someone that is invisible and you don't have any conscience to, you should believe that your experience is him. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we are dealing in the, my, 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 I'm dealing with more with the level of the nefesh, which
Yeah.
is revealing your essence, which is Hashem also, in a function way in the experience that everyone can see. Because in this place, I can be very practical. Okay? And I can see if my theory, if my story is correct by achieving a solution for people that have problem, all kind of mental problem, the problem
Yeah.
with relationship, problem with their children, problem with to achieve their goals. Even and I always connected to the place they are in. We can find it's like all what I said, it's like fractals, okay? You
Yeah.
can be in the conscience of Kabbalah when you're dealing with the nefesh. It will help you to function in the level of the nefesh the best.
Yeah.
Now, there is no difference what level you are. Even if you are not in the conscience of total Kabbalah, can your conscience, but you can use the knowledge of Kabbalah and the knowledge of Hasidut to use it in the level of the nefesh.
Yeah.
And more than that, if you cannot use the knowledge of Kabbalah and Hasidut in the level of nefesh, you cannot rise up to higher levels that are really the levels they are.
Yeah.
I can tell you even more. Conscience, you must use the nefesh level to reveal it also. It's all kind of fractals that are includes in one another, and you can find your mission in every moment you're alive. This is the general explanation.
Wow. This is it's so beautifully put. I have to say, like you painted a beautiful painting for me, and I hope for everyone listening here. I want to like double click on one aspect of what you were saying. So I
First of all, it's not my pain. Okay, I'm only talking about it. It's not my story. I
okay.
cannot.
You
No human in the world can invent this story.
yeah, of
No, I
course.
have a lot of research about philosophers, and now our knowledge was developed in the world. Okay, in the religion, in the Judaism and other. I was making a lot of research about it. And if I don't take what the tradition said, I take only what the researchers said. They said that the Judaism, which called monotheism, okay, there is monism. The philosophers, which are monists, they said there is one creator, and we have no connect. We can have no connection.
Hmm.
The Judaisms, they are monotheism. They said there is one creature. We cannot really connect with them, but he based connection with us by the mitzvot. Okay, so the only connection now they research and they said this knowledge in every research that you check, it's a quantic jump for humanity. It was not
Hmm.
existed in humanity at all. The thinking that there is a creature, there is a lot of gods, okay, it's a premier one, is something that was not exist in the knowledge and cannot develop in a human knowledge. It's something
Yeah.
that they don't have explanation how it
For how
came.
it came to be.
Okay, and the basic of it is the wisdom of Kabbalah, which
Yeah.
by the story that I was told, it was given to the first human, Adam Arishon, which means what is Adam Arishon? Means who is the first human that received by prophet the
By
knowledge of
prophecy.
Kabbalah. Okay, and all the mission is of the world of all the prophets and all, in the end, the people of Israel, is to reveal to the world this
This
knowledge.
knowledge.
Okay. Okay, what you want to point something, to do something?
Yes. So I think that the climax of what you were saying for me was in that we each one of us in the world today uh, have a unique revelation of that essence. The essence being the same to all of us, right? Because we are all the same essence, which is essentially the part of the creator that was infused into us as life. And it's one essence, right? As it said in the Zohar, right? That the Torah, Hashem
The
Yitbarach,
essence
and
is the creator itself.
yes, correct. And
It's
so we all have the same essence, and that's the unity, right? It's the ultimate theory of oneness is that, and we do have that hidden essence, but what makes us individual and separated is the fact that each one of us has a different revelation, unique revelation of that essence that is imperative and needed for the world to exist and to advance.
Yes. And these have levels of experience. The Nefesh level, the connection with Hashem by the mitzvot, which is the Hasidus level, and the conscience of the Kabbalah, which is the conscience of total unity. Okay, you are part, then you are have the conscience that you are all the things you have a mission. Okay, the Kabbalah have some story of the Ein Sof, and then was the Tzimtzum, and then was the breaking of the vessels, and then all kind of sparks fell into the and this world, and your mission is to take sparks, and these sparks is actually the conscience of separation, and by rising the spark to their place, you're building the unity again. So this is a story, okay, that give meaning to my life. Now I don't know if it's real or not, but I only can try to use the knowledge and the practical way the way they suggest to see if it works or not. That's what matters to me as we're going to the first questions. But I want to be a little bit more practical, not to be so spiritual, because the idea of the unity is something very, very high conscious that can give us despair. We are so far away of it. So what are we doing here? So it's better to explain a person first how to reveal the essence in what he is doing in life, not to think so big. Okay? It will happen by itself. And I want to understand a little bit more the structure, okay? This structure is a knowledge, again, it's a story that was built from the Kabbalah and Hasidut, how to reveal the essence in this world. Okay? There is structure, there is tools. If you understand the structure, if you understand how the tools work, you can function with your nefesh, your body and your nefesh, which is combined in a way that you can make your unique mission in the world the best. And if not, you're missing it. You are making a mission anyway, even if you are not doing anything in this world. In a way, you are making the mission. You cannot go run away from your mission. It's like Yonah that wanted to run away from his mission. You cannot do it. In the end, your essence will push you to reveal the essence in your unique way. The problem is can come with suffer a little. If I talk about the structure, we talk about the 4 levels of conscience. The level of, we call it some call it the lower conscience. We call it the upper conscience.
Okay.
What the science call lower conscience, it means that you are not conscious. It's not lower. You are not conscious to the level of your mental. You are not conscious to the level of your emotion. Okay, they are put deep in a place that you are not conscious. But with the right technique, you can reveal the conscience. Okay. But we are talking the essence. We call it the upper conscience. Why? Because it's above the conscience. There is no revelation revealed of it. But we can we can learn about the structure, and by our thinking, we can connect our to the essence. The thinking can think everything you want. It doesn't
Yeah.
have experience. So by the thinking, you can connect to your essence and you can activate it, but the solution will be shown in the revealed conscience. So what is our upper conscience? Okay, again, this knowledge comes from Kabbalah and it was translated to the Nefesh level.
Yeah.
Why? Because the Kabbalah conscience were very secret. Okay, it was not revealed in the world. Why? Because people cannot adjust it. They cannot use it. It's what the other way. We can see that when the Kabbalah knowledge will start to reveal in the time of Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shimon, people cannot they didn't understand what it say. The point that you are a little piece of a surround unity, they cannot, because their knowledge was, their conscience was the function, the mitzvot. Are you making mitzvot? Not making mitzvot. And when this knowledge was started to reveal, it caused them to say that all the Torah is wrong. Okay, it cannot be, and this is why that knowledge was more secret, and the knowledge of Judaism will stay only on what you do. No philosophy,
Mitzvot.
no theology, okay? But the other religions that was copied Judaism, they start to use philosophy to develop.
Mm.
Okay, so the knowledge of religious will become from experienced knowledge to a philosophic knowledge.
Yeah.
And this, because the Judaism didn't have the experienced knowledge of Kabbalah, which describe experience, not philosophy, they should took some ideas from the philosophy, because all the young Jewish start to become Muslims and Christians because the Muslims give them a very,
More
very,
reasons and more meaning.
very, they give them theology, what we are doing things for without meaning. Okay. So this caused the Kabbalah to go even more until it totally disappeared, until the Ari came. Okay, the Ari was was taking the Kabbalah and reveal it again, but this word, but again, it was too high to understand. That's why the Chassidut came. The Chassidut is a kind of a lower level
Yeah.
of the experience of Kabbalah, with the conscience of a more emotion, or
More
maybe
practical.
more. It's also a place of observation of intellect, especially the Chabad Chassidut, but it causes your experience. Okay, that you can measure, you can check, because this level was also become too higher to the generation. In our generation, with developing of all kind of psychologist knowledge, the nefesh theory that based on Hasidut and Kabbalah started to develop also. And I can tell you now, for example, what I'm doing, you can call it a kind of CBT. Okay? CBT is cognitive behavior therapy, but because the CBT is not revealed in the US 80 years ago, all the Torah is kind of CBT, okay? But it uses much more deeper understanding of the soul, which give you much more deep understanding of the solution. Again, CBT wants to get rid of suffer and have more pleasure by using
Yeah.
all, by understanding the conscience of the mental, the conscience of the emotion, the concept of the faction, and they're using this. But in the Kabbalah and Chassidut knowledge, we are using the essence as the base of the therapy or the achievement. You don't tell a person anything of unity or spirituality. You're using the place he is to help him, and you use the essence idea to help him
Yeah.
to function better. Then you can get into the higher level. But if this level is a problem for him, it cannot go higher. So the mission, what I think as a mission now is to help people to go to the conscience that they can spread to other modes, the conscience of the nefesh level. Of course, I'm not leaving the Hasidus level or the Kabbalah level, but it's something that I'm searching and researching and want to have a practical knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a lot of practical knowledge, but it's not based as a Torah. It's all spread. And I'm trying to do with my own now to develop a practical knowledge of this level. But I can say that in the nefesh level, my expertise is practical and connected to the experience, which is very important to me to reveal it to people and to spread it as much as it can more.
Yeah. Well.
Now, if we're talking about if we're talking now to the essence, actually the nefesh have three directions that she's experiencing. There is the level that we talk about the experience. There is 5 level actually, which is the conscious, the mental, the emotional, the function, and the experience. And there is 3 direction which is revealed. 3 different direction, which this essence is revealed, because the essence itself has 3 direction. Okay, so one direction, as we can understand, will be the pleasure direction, and the other side of direction will be the will direction. Okay, it's something very, very basic. It doesn't have any revealed actually. It's only the concept. There is the concept of pleasure. There is a concept of will. Okay, there is the concept of meaning. The essence, that the point of the essence is, which these 3 lines are not dependent in anything.
But they are. If you are aligned with your essence, then these 3 are aligned. No.
The conscience of the essence is, which these 3 lines, which revealed in all the levels we talk about, are not dependent in revealed.
Are not dependent and
To be
revealed.
revealed. They
To be
not
revealed.
to be revealed. It's an
I
experience
see.
that you can achieve without revealing it outside. And this is the term that you can reveal it outside correctly, is because you have them within your essence. If these 3 lines are experienced by you independently, you can experience them outside independently. But if you don't have the conscience of the essence, which is mean it's independent, my pleasure or my will or my meaning in nothing, then you have the ability, when you go out to the world, to reveal them. You can reveal them independent. But if your conscience is covered, especially the right side and the middle, you cannot cover the left line, because if you are covering the left line, there is no experience outside. The
Okay.
left line is what taking you outside.
Okay.
Okay, but when you are going outside without the right line, that my pleasure is independent in nothing, or the middle line of the meaning,
Yeah.
the left line that you go out with will be all dependent with all lines.
So I'm not sure I fully understand. So like,
Okay.
there is the hidden essence, then there is the revealed experience, emotion, and mental. And you're saying that there is 3 ways in which the essence can be revealed in your life, right, in your reality.
Yes.
And that in order to reveal the essence, these 3 paths of your will, your pleasure, your will, and your meaning do not have to be dependent in the revelation. So like the revelation can be only about one of them.
No, it can be all of 3 of them. When
Sure.
you revealed your intellect
Yeah.
in the right line of the pleasure, your the view, how you experience the world in your intellect will be pleasurable. Okay?
So the right line is the pleasure, the left line is the will, and the middle
All the
line is
line,
the
for all the
yeah,
line, okay? For the emotion, for the mental, for the
yeah,
experience, for the function,
yeah,
okay? This
yeah.
is the 10 spheres, okay?
Right.
The 10 spheres are divided to 5 levels
Yeah.
and to 3 lines, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So the Keter is the essence and the Malchut is the experience,
Got it.
okay? But in the mental, you have Chochma, Bina, Dat. In the
Yeah.
emotion, you have Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet.
Tiferet.
And in the function, you will have Netzach, Od Yesod. All of them describe the level, but they describe the essence. The essence revealed in pleasure in Chochma. The
Yeah.
essence revealed the will in Bina.
Yeah.
Okay, the essence revealed in
In meaning, in that is that.
meaning that, because what is that? That is always connecting with the two sides. You cannot have middle without the
The
two
two.
sides. In the essence, the meaning is above the right and the
Mm.
left, because the meaning is causing to have need of the pleasure and the will. Okay, but
Yeah.
in the revealed stages, the meaning
Yeah.
comes after the right and the left. Okay,
Yeah.
but the main point is the middle line, to use the pleasure and your achievement, the will, to be revealed outside, not to stay with yourself. Because if you
Yeah.
want to stay with yourself, don't use the middle line. In the end, you will lost meaning, no pleasure, no the pleasure and the achievement will be meaningful for you.
In some sense, the pleasure and the will are there in order to drive us to create the meaning that is appropriate for that experience in reality, so that we put it out there, because it's not about us.
To reveal the
Reveal
meaning,
it.
because the meaning exists above everything.
Yeah.
Meaning is the place of freedom, is the
Yeah.
place of choice. Why? Because you don't need to go outside. You can stay with your pleasure. You don't need to go. There is no need. The pleasure of the
Yeah.
middle night have no need. This is the point of it. That's why you are free there. And this is exactly the reason of the creation. The creation revealed the meaning of Hashem, which is not dependent in nothing.
Yeah.
He's doing it from his will, free will. And when we are acting like that,
And it's to give pleasure.
what?
And it's to give pleasure to the creation.
Yes. In the end, to give pleasure is not so meaningful.
Yeah.
Is to make connection with the creation. It doesn't make the creation
Yeah.
to give it pleasure. The end of the pleasure that the creation gives him back pleasure by recognizing him. Okay,
Yeah.
there is meant it to have connection, because with his essence inside, he have only connection with himself. He create the reality with all this structure to have someone to have connection with, not because he needs it, because he's revealed himself more
More.
by the creation, and then reveal to the creatures himself, okay?
Yeah.
Because when they are, this is what we call dvekut. Dvekut means that we are become in the level of the middle line of the essence, which is totally freedom, no need to do anything, not dependent anything. Because even in the essence, when you're talking of pleasure or will, it's not dependent, okay? But it's something that the definition of it is dependent. But
Yeah.
the middle line, the definition of it, that you go out without need. Okay, it's an unexplained pleasure. You don't need it, but when you do it, you have pleasure. You can live without it. People can live without any connection. You can get married, you can have children, but you don't have any connection with them. They use them for your pleasure of your wills. Okay, you didn't reveal the meaning. So meaning and mission are revealed especially with relationship.
Mm.
This is the place when the middle line is revealed. This is pleasure which you don't need. You can live it your life functioning perfect or fighting all the time, okay? We teach people how to function perfect place, the first place. But
Wow.
when they
Yeah.
function, we tell them now you have a mission to show others what you achieved. Okay, make your
Yeah.
achievement a mission. You don't learn for nothing to function, because
Right.
functioning is not the point. Now you learn something, give it to others, make it your mission. If you have some achievement, I don't know, you make a lot of money with your business, okay? Teach other that wants this issue to reveal their essence, how to do it correctly, with not suffer, okay?
Yeah. So in regards to my relationship with my son, for example, would you say that in some way the meaning of that relationship has not really been revealed yet, and that's why I'm still suffering in some ways?
Yes. You're using your son to reveal the line of pleasure or the line of achievement, okay? And this line cannot be aligned without the understanding of the definition of this line is you are not exist. You only see him. You only see his needs. And when this is with your conscience, you will function in a way that you, as a child, which depend on you, this is the conscience of a child, dependence, it's okay. He will be cancelled himself in front of you. And
Yeah, I will be what? Sorry, I will be what?
he will be in bitul. He will accept everything you said
Bitul.
because he
Yeah.
understands that you concentrate only on him. You are not exist. This is in all relationship, it's the main thing. But every kind of relationship, a little bit different rules. Okay, relationship, especially marriage and children, or relationship with our parents, if we don't learn the structure, first of all, of the soul, then of the nefesh, then the tools that we use to function. After we understand that and we have our own personality independent, then we can go out to make relationship. But even then, we should understand what are the special rule of every kind of relationship. For example, there is also structure. Marriage, for example, is kind of life. Okay, I have my life. I take care of my life not to suffer. Okay, but marriage is life of two that become one.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm keeping this life very carefully. I will not make things that will stop the life. I will not kill my life of this because I understand. So the conscience of marriage is that we are one. Okay, it's one kind of conscience. That's why this is the first conscience of unity start with marriage. Okay, if you
Mm.
don't have it in your marriage, you
Wow.
cannot reveal the connection then with your children, with your parents, with your friends, and the other people that you are influencing. If you don't have it in your marriage, you cannot give it to others. But you should learn the principle of there is a structure of my nefesh, but there is a structure of marriage. There is a structure of being a parent. Okay,
Yeah.
being one is one conscience. And this being equal, for example, is one conscience. If we think that one thing that I'm better than the other, okay, you cannot connect with the essence of the middle line
Really.
because you are using. If you are above, and if one side put you down, you should put him down also because marriage should be equal. You
Yeah.
cannot stay in the conscience because it's against the conscience of marriage. So if someone rising the other, he will rise you also because it always should be. So you understand, I'm giving only example, but it's a
Yeah. Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very, as I told you,
Oh, but this is super powerful. I mean, this is
as I told
beautiful.
you, the box, the box that I opened about suffer and knowledge and pleasure has endless knowledge. Okay, I keep in my hands for my research endless knowledge in all kind of level of experience or conscious that you have, and it's so accurate and it's so practical. This is what gives me. This is, as I said, what important the most. If you are summarizing the point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, just to say it again, because I do want to give you credit, and I know that Hashem has given you this wisdom, and it's been the painting has been painted for us, but you were in this conversation, able to copy the painting in a way that really um, really arrives and lands in the heart and the soul and the mind. I think this is beautiful for me, and again, I hope for everyone
You should
the same.
not very easily to be impressed. Okay, don't be very easily, because when you're very easily, I can be very impressive. Okay, even it's in English, I can be very impressing with the structures, with the philosophy, with the knowledge, and it can be also very, very curious. But I want you to doubt every word I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah,
especially in Hasidut and Kabbalah.
yeah,
Okay, I have the knowledge, but I don't have the experience. I have very, very minor
yeah.
experience, and I want to develop the practical and to check it with as much as I can, a lot of people, to make a real research, scientific research, if my ideas of practical really gives you the experience that they promise you to have. Okay,
But you know that when you are sharing this knowledge and structure, and even if it's not the experience, I am receiving this in an energetic way, in a way that to me it says this is meaning, right? I'm translating it in meaning, right?
again, okay, I understand, but you should also say it's only a story.
Sure.
If I'm not an actor in this story doesn't interest me. There is a lot of story in the world, a lot of them. I learned about a lot of stories,
Yeah,
okay? But this,
yeah,
I can tell you that I was searching for a spiritual teacher, okay, with a conscience of spiritualism and New Age, okay? But my conscience was, I only started to reveal the commentaries of Bala Sulam, okay? And then, with Hashem help, I I was have the ability to go to an event of the son of Bala Sulam, okay? The Rabash was his son. And I went to, someone invite me to the event, and I can tell you that when I saw him, okay, I experienced that this is the person I want to be connected. He didn't talk a word, okay? I only read commentaries of Bala Sulam. What I feel for him was not connected to Bala Sulam. It's something that you experience when you meet someone that you know he can, but I experience it. If I was not, and to me, to receive someone above me, this is smarter than me, that I can receive it, it was something very, very, I was
very
thinking
new.
I'm on the top. And to accept someone, if it's for me, it's an experience that I was totally become nothing in front of him, okay? Okay, there's also nefesh issue there that I can understand in my process, okay? But I'm saying that the story, okay, there is a story. You have a rabbi, you should do what he said, okay? It's not a good story. There is a lot of stories that suggest you, giving all kind of suggestion what to do, what is the purpose. But in the end, I can be more sure in the nefesh level because I experience it myself, the story, and I saw what it affects me, and I saw what I do with other people, which convinced me to talk about it very, very professionally,
Mm.
and to even to and to 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 reveal the knowledge. Okay,
Yeah,
it will be, I have I have full story and structure for the Hasidim Kabbalah also, but will be very, very, I will be very ashamed to go into it the way I talk about the Nefesh level. Okay, I can teach,
yeah,
I'm teaching the Akdama LeSefer HaZohar, for example. And I think that my explanation, because kind of ability that I have to analyze things and to build structure, I can explain in a new way. I have ability, I was exposed to a lot of knowledge of Bala Sulam that no one was exposed. I'm in a group of place called Ora Sulam, which analyzing handwriting of Bala Sulam, which was not revealed. So I was exposed to a lot of ways that Bala Sulam expressed his ideas and his knowledge in a way that was not revealed. And I have a very very wide knowledge, and I analyzed in a way which can be unique to my understanding. Maybe other will analyze differently. So
Yeah.
I have kind of ability, but by the way, it's nothing of mine, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not. It's my unique way, and I'm not canceling any other unique way that people can understand and express it. But I can teach it as a knowledge. I cannot
Yeah.
promise anyone uh, revealing of experience of what I'm teaching and how I understand it.
Yeah.
I have a wish that we can test it in experience way that it's working. Okay,
Yeah.
but this is the place I am, and but again, the most what important the most is to keep the authentic.
Yeah.
The authentic experience. How does it come with the stories on the knowledge? Always doubt the stories. Okay, always. This is my attitude. So
I
don't be
love that.
so.
I love that. I love that. Can I ask you one last question?
Okay.
Um, so we were talking about the idea of relationship, right? And how at the end revealing the essence within the relationship is sort of the key aspect of being in relationship and finding the meaning. And I wonder whether that is the place where acharayut, responsibility, comes in, right? Like what is acharayut is about the acher, right? And I think that's something that is beautifully put in Hebrew because of the meaning of the Sfat HaKodesh of the Harayut. But does that mean is that the space where free will is really defined in that dependence, independent stance and responsibility? Can you unpack that a little bit more?
Yes, it's very interesting questions what you're asking. It shows that you are trying to reveal more. But I can tell you, every relationship is kind of leadership.
Mm,
You're the leader of the family or leader of a group, okay?
yeah.
There is in the nefesh level, there is what we call the odd level. Odd is governing. Okay,
Okay.
you can be a manager, you can be prime minister, you can be okay, you are governing other with power. They are lower
Okay.
than you. Okay, this is the left side conscience. You are high and this is low. A leader is someone that can be in any place. A teacher in a class is kind of a leader. Okay, you can be only a teacher and put power on the people and the children to learn. But if
Yeah.
the leader is a conscience of the middle line, okay, so as every structure, we should understand it by the full structure. We
Mm,
cannot take one part of it and say this is relationship. We should go to the conscience level. Should go to the mental level to understand what is the correct way. Should go to the emotional level. Okay. Responsibility, I will not talk a lot, but responsibility in this case is the dot level of leadership
mm,
or connection. Okay. Responsibility is the path that you go out from your conscience and from your intellect. What is a leader? What is a husband? What is a father? And to go out, the reason you go out to conduct it is the responsibility and, and to be identified with him. The that is the key to the six middles, which is the emotion and the function.
mm,
First, you are building your conscience level of the marriage, of the children with the rules of it. This is parents, this is marriage, this is leadership, okay? If you
yeah.
don't have it, you don't know what is your purpose. You should first define your goal because before you go into the emotion and to the mental and the function, okay? The mental level, which is the Chokhmah Bina, will be the vision that you see your goal achieved.
Yeah.
Never mind what level. The Bina will be the plan. What is the details that I'm using to achieve the goal? I visualize myself there and I make a plan. This gives you a free place to be responsible, to be identified with. You have the tool to awaken the emotion, to give them, to love them, to give them all kind of challenges and borders, who mercy them when they don't succeed. But everything we do should have the full structure. So for your question, responsibility is the dark level.
In some sense, it's like the responsibility to always be in the line, in the middle line with the meaning, with the purpose, so that you're in alignment, no?
Yes, but it should come after the
After
conscience,
understanding
the essence
yeah,
of being a parent, so the essence of being married, to understand what is it. This is the goal.
yeah,
Then you should analyze in the mental level, okay?
yeah,
And then you can go to the thought, which will awaken the emotion and the function and the experience of the relationship, which with the end of revealing of the essence.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow.
I hope it was not too heavy.
Wow. No, I mean,
Too much knowledge and too much information.
now I really want to have like a session just to understand better the meaning and structure of all these sort of existing responsibilities and roles as a father, as a husband, as a
In my
friend,
opinion,
as
yes, in my opinion, if you don't learn it, you can really not function this world correctly. It's not a knowledge. It should be taught in schools, okay?
yeah,
Parents should know what are the stages of conscience of their children and to act to them by the levels. If you don't learn it, you don't know what to do. You're mixed.
and how do you learn it today? Where do you learn this today?
First of all, I teach it in the
Okay,
courses and also in private courses or in general courses. I do it I teach it. I teach people when I coach them personally or make therapy for them or make coaching for goals. Okay, and or I teach for groups. If there is
yeah,
groups that want to learn, I teach it. But in private, by the process of therapy or coaching, I also teach the methodology. But and this of course is only should know it's only the nefesh level, and this is not the reason that we came to the world. In the end, Torah mitzvot, which is the tools to go to the upper conscience with the same thing that we are living in this world. There is a totally world that we are living with connection with Hashem. Okay, we can bring it to the nefesh world, but there is higher levels of conscience to connect with Hashem and with the unity and with the what we call atzmut abore. It's even before Ensof. Okay,
essence, no?
which is exactly the answers that's revealed with our level. Okay, we should always know that what the mission in the nefesh level should raise up to another level. This is not the purpose of life. It is not the real meaning of life. It's only the first stage.
You mean like making the nefesh level mean something at the ruach level,
Yes.
and make the ruach level mean something at the neshama level, and so on. So the experience means something at the
Yes.
functional and at the emotional and at the
Yes. It's a
mental.
fractal. It's a fractal structure which every level exists in every level.
Yeah,
This what gives you the ability to connect always to the unity, even if you don't
yeah,
experience it.
yeah. And today, would you say your life is mostly pleasure and meaning?
The work and the levels and to rise up is actually endless.
Yeah,
So you should be, again, you're talking about a lot of details. What you're talking, you're asking actually if I'm satisfied or not. Okay. Again, it's depend on the definition, the level of the conscience, and the uses of the practical. I
got
can
it.
tell you in a very general way that my function using the nefesh level gives you a lot of ability to reveal my essence and function with my mission better. There is endless level, okay, but of course I'm in much more higher level of functioning and making my mission. I'm not in the end of nothing, anyone. And everyone is, by the way, his unique mission, which is actually revealed with his difficulties.
Yeah.
David HaMelech said, "Me'oivai techakmeni." My wisdom come from my enemies. Okay, my difficulties are
Is what
what
makes me
push me
rise.
to reveal the wisdom. Okay, so you should be satisfied and you should be not satisfied always. Okay,
Always.
there is the satisfaction, by the way, give you the power to continue. If you are not satisfied, you
You
cannot
still need
go.
to reveal.
It's the opposite of the regular conscience that if you are not satisfied, you will get better. Satisfaction, which is come from the essence, is the power to go to an higher level, to reveal more essence. But if you don't think you have an essence, you don't have anything to reveal, you're always unsatisfied.
תודה רבה רבה, שמואל.
בשמחה.
Seriously.
I
באמת.
hope things in this issue of the purpose of life or what is most important will be more clear now.
Yeah. I also hope a lot of people here can have more clarity on over these issues, and I hope Hashem will bring this to the hands of everyone who's in need of hearing these words and this wisdom.
Okay, this is not my choice. I can give, because you asked me, I can give knowledge. I never sell my knowledge for nothing, okay? So when someone comes to me for the knowledge and I see he needs the knowledge, I give it. I don't run after anyone because, again, I can say a lot of things. People can listen, but the one that doesn't have the vessel is not prepared, will not hear anything I'm saying. So he said, "Oh, another story. Okay, let's go on. It's a very nice story, maybe. It's very impressive, but okay, it doesn't connect to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that at all. Hashem gives me enough missions to do without needs to run after it."
Yes, absolutely. Bezrat Hashem, we'll be able to continue this conversation as well. I would love that.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Shmuel.
It was very pleasurable for me and very interesting to see a person like you that are really have the vessel to contain all kind of knowledges and to research them.
Oh Hashem. That's one of my biggest appreciations for sure to God.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Shmuel. Thank you.